this is Silvana at Conversational Lush here at Domino Park with
Mrs. Domingo, just to be great, Instagram. Ooh, and this is season 2 of A Tribe Called Up.
Cheers!
Well, it's been a whole year since season 1, and a lot has happened, but for urban professionals, a lot has stayed the same. And this is where we at now. Thank you for joining us again.
How has urban professionalism, or being an urban professional, has evolved since season 1?
Since season 1, urban professionalism kind of has changed. I like to think that we kind of shine the light on what urban professionalism actually is. Has it changed for the better? I'm not really sure, only because we hear so many more stories of people who feel certain ways in these environments as an urban professional. So that's why we're back with season 2. We got to keep doing it. We got to keep telling these stories. We got to keep letting our presence be known and shown.
I think from the first season, we realized how many people identified with the things that we were discussing.
Yeah.
A lot of people are actually really hungry for these stories, really hungry to tell their stories. And they appreciated the different perspectives that each of the interviewees lended on the first season. And I think the main thing that we all got out of it was that in order to thrive, you do have to adapt in certain environments, but adapting doesn't mean completely leaving behind everything and everyone that you know and that you are. Like, you don't have to completely change who you are, but there is a such thing as adapting to a professional environment.
I always say, I heard something about a year ago, and I think about it all the time. It's not about changing who you are, it's about being a better you.
Yes.
Right? So be the best you that you can be. Of course you wanna educate yourself more, whatever environment that you're in, you wanna learn more about that, whether it's like a professional environment, if you work on a set of a movie, whatever it is, you wanna learn as much as you can without sacrificing who you are. And that's always been our biggest mission. Like, just because you urban or you identify as hood doesn't mean that you ghetto. And the separation between the both is ignorance.
Yes, and I think we also spoke a lot about language and how that affects urban professionals in the environment, and this whole idea of ebonics or feeling like you don't fit in because of the way that you speak, and how we always say that the way you speak in terms of ebonics is not remedial, it's cultural.
Right.
And that is not something that we have to teach each other. That's something more that everyone else needs to understand.
Yeah,
it's
kind of catch up on.
But we want to give our professionals the tools to use those key words. Like, hey, this is cultural. Once you throw that out there, people don't want to mess with that.
Right.
People don't want to discriminate, but we need to know what to say. And I think that was the key too. We didn't honestly know how to articulate what we needed in the workplace to those in the workplace.
Right. It's time and place.
Time and place.
Time and place. There's a time and place for everything. Your mother told you that growing up. You always learned that there's a time and a place. Yeah, at work, I might be cool with somebody, but I'm still not gonna be like, yo, what the f is you doing? I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
But if it's just us, I'm like, whatever. But it's about balance and time and place. There was one point I wanted to focus on, because I remember I had a conversation with somebody who saw episode 2 with Lisa.
Okay.
And she was a single mother.
Shout out to Lisa.
Thank you, because people loved that episode.
Yeah.
But she was a single mom. She was raising a son in a gentrified neighborhood who was going to grow up to be a black man. She had all these struggles against her. She was living in the project. She was going to school. She still is. We still cool. I still speak to her every day. But someone who I met that didn't live in New York for a long time, he was from Wisconsin or something like that. He decided he wanted to watch the show, and that episode stuck out to him the most. And the reason was, the first thing he said to me was, oh my God, I didn't know people still live like that.
Wow.
And it kind of bothered me. Like, I kind of got offended. Because I'm like, what do you mean? Because nowhere in the episode was she like...
I live in squalor.
Yeah, she wasn't struggling. She wasn't sitting out here like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to pay my rent tomorrow. It was never like that. It was more of showing our experience. Where you live is like... It doesn't stop who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But that also comes... It's like full circle. In the workplace, now... You know, like we see all these white people calling the cops on people for no reason. That's what the white people in the workplace are. We're professionals.
And so what we need to come up with a name for that. Like, guys, if you have a name for it, like, you know how we have the permit patties and the... and all those names. I think the way that we can arm ourselves, and I've been saying that we're going to come up with our professional petty workshop. It is in the works.
Right.
But I think we just need to arm ourselves with tools against these sorts of institutionalized ways to get us in trouble, to get you feeling uncomfortable, to get you out of your home, out of your workplace, out of your schools. Like, we already know that these constructs exist.
Yeah.
So, like, let's arm ourselves. Like, if you're at work and you know you have a permit patty who's gonna be like clocking at every move, clocking, guys. You know that's the one way that they like to get you. If you don't clock in or if you're late, you know how black people time is a real thing, CP time is a real thing. Like, let's begin to arm ourselves so that we are more protected in the workplace. Because I've definitely heard experiences of like petty firings, like people getting terminated for petty reasons that they did something, somebody else did it, but they're the ones who got let go because they're the professional.
No, but also it's like we are afraid sometimes. Like, so if we do something wrong, other people don't have a problem saying, oh, well, they did this, And sometimes when it's us, it's like, oh, that's not my business, I'm gonna mind my business. That's where we need to check ourselves.
Right.
Guess what? Yeah, we want to mind our business. We just want to do our job efficiently, professionally.
So, like, don't be a bystander.
But yeah, don't be a witness to what's going on. Be a part of it. You say, because what's gonna happen is they're gonna hold you accountable. Hold them accountable too.
True.
Because that's the only way that this is going to work. They need to be held to the standards that they try to hold you.
Right.
You see, because with them, it's always an isolated incident. With them, it's
happened one time.
Yeah, no, they could do it every day, and every single day it would be an isolated incident. Oh, they had good intentions. You could do something once a month, and it's like it's already attributed to your culture, where you're from, what
your
you sound
character,
like, all of that. Your educational level, or whatever. Whatever they can do, they're gonna do that.
Right.
So period. Start
like,
holding people accountable in the workplace.
So basically, what I hear you saying is we cannot have the NYOB kind of mentality in the workplace any longer if we want to survive and thrive.
As urban professionals, we need to realize that, like we spoke about time and place, we're not in the hood. In the hood, you mind your business.
Good
right?
point.
In the workplace,
professionally check that shit.
Right. I'm gonna tell you.
Right.
You're wrong. This is what's up.
Right.
You're wrong. Like,
and when you hold more people accountable, then they don't mess with you as much because they know you're on your P's and Q's.
Period.
Period.
We all gonna be held to the same standards. And if you don't like what I'm doing or saying towards you, don't do it towards me. And you learn that's the golden rule. Treat people how you want to be treated. Period. I don't want people to think that being an urban professional is only a negative experience, because it's not. There are plenty of positives and highlights that come along with being an urban professional. Like in a professional environment, period, no matter if you're working at an Ivy League school, if you're a librarian, if you work for corporate, a nonprofit, or whatever, the urban person is the cool person.
Right.
You know, and sometimes we don't like that. We don't like that they use our culture, but they don't like us. But the truth is, we got to use our strengths.
Yes.
And that's what it is. Like, that's one of them.
Strip that away.
So guess what? I'm going to come here, you know, and when it's time to relieve stress and everybody's tense in your department, I work in a development department, like, I'm the one who makes a joke or who is like, oh, hey, what's going on? Like, and they like, oh, here he is, thank God. Like, I needed that. But we could use that to
our strength, like use it to your advantage.
And for our personal growth as well. Like, I thrive here, and guess what? Now, because I'm just so likable, and my work is good, of course, now I'm being promoted faster than the person who been here. Because I'm a likable person and I work good with people, despite me being urban, like that's not a detriment to me.
And urban people and people from impoverished neighborhoods and low-income situations, we have a different kind of thinking. We have survival tactics that cannot be taught. We have street smarts that our bosses don't have.
Right.
Like, you know, when I used to work in collections and I'm trying to tell my boss, like, yo, this dude is playing you. Like, he got the money. Because they'll be like, oh no, he doesn't have anything. I'm like, no. I'm about to get this $49K for you real quick in 5 minutes on this phone right now. So, yeah, they had no problem with me being an urban professional on the line.
Right.
When I needed to get the dough.
Then it's like, yes, thank you.
Absolutely,
Oh my God.
Absolutely. So definitely we can use these attributes to our advantage. And as Justin said before, like, urban people in general are influencers. We're influencers. We influence fashion. We influence cool culture. We influence
music.
We influence
everything.
Money. Like, what sales? You know, we tell the market what is cool. We can do this as business owners. We can do this as employees in order to like move up. Whatever you want to do, like, it's best to not strip away your strength. Even though I know that it looks like everyone wants us to like take that down a notch, but think about it. Everyone else is also appropriating it.
Hello. Right. Like, but no, there's like this whole kind of resurgence of the urban professional now.
I agree. It's a great time to be alive.
To be alive, to be an urban professional, to be all of those things. It really is.
And own it, guys. Own it. Don't go up in the environments. This is to all my younger urban professionals getting out of school or just entering into the workplace. You just got your first office job. You don't know what to do.
Right.
Keep some of that with you. Wear it as a badge of honor. Because what you don't want is someone else to come in that you know is an imposter and getting the accolades for your true self. That's what hurts. That's what really damages someone. When you're not able to be yourself and then you see somebody else pretending to be you and then, like, you know, getting up on the notches because of it. Be you. With refinement.
Right. Be the best you that you can be. That's the way we started this conversation, and that's the way we're going to end it. An urban professional is the person that doesn't change who they are, but who is the best them in any environment. And I can't decide who you are. You determine who you are. But as long as you're the best version of that, you're going to be all right.
That's true. And keep telling us your stories. Keep telling us, you know, their positive stories. If you got a raise or if you got promoted or, you know, if you had a water cooler argument with somebody or if somebody talked about your braids because you had a short haircut last week and now they want to say, did your hair grow? No. We already know how that is. Tell us everything. The more we talk about this, the more that we can arm ourselves with responses and better ways to deal.
Right. Also, love yourself. And love each other. If there's other urban professionals in your environment,
that's so true.
Uplift them. Create that little society within there so that you don't feel alone.
You know? Share resources.
Let your fellow urban professionals watch this show.
Hello.
Even the ones who ain't urban, okay? Because they need to hear.
Yes.
You know, because we know we exist. It's them that need to know.
Right. And need to know what they're doing that is not cool in the work environment. Right. But definitely, like, I like what you said. Be kind to your fellow urban professional. That is so true.
Uplift each other.
Look out and speak up.
Uplift. UP, urban professional. See?
All right. That's it.